If you run a commercial cleaning company and you're looking for more leads, specialty medical facilities can be a great place to find new revenue. But when most people hear medical cleaning contracts, they immediately think of large hospitals that they probably can't get in touch with. That's not what we're talking about here. I'm talking about facilities like urgent cares, dental offices, orthodontic clinics, optometry clinics, physical therapy clinics, and other specialty practices that would be in your service area. These are the type of facilities that are easier to identify, easier to reach, and more realistic to get in touch with through cold email. So in this video, I'm gonna break down how I'd think about getting medical cleaning contracts with cold email by reaching the right specialty medical facilities in your service area. So why listen to me? I'm Spencer from Outbound Hero. We do commercial cleaning lead generation, and we've been managing cold email campaigns for over 60 commercial cleaning, janitorial, and facility service companies across North America. We help our clients get in touch with more commercial facilities in their market, including medical offices, dental clinics, specialty clinics, you name it, and other recurring cleaning opportunities through cold email. Our base plan guarantees at least 10 quality commercial leads each month. And I'll be blunt with you, if we didn't consistently create real lead opportunities for our cleaning clients, our business model would not work. So in this video, I'm sharing what we've learned about getting in front of more medical facilities with cold email. So your goal is to make your contact list, your target list, clear, practical, and of course within your service area. So the best targets that we find success cold emailing are urgent cares, dental offices, orthodontic offices, optometry clinics, physical therapy clinics, chiropractic clinics, dermatology offices, and other specialty medical practices. So facilities that are medical that you would think are not attached to a large regional hospital. These facilities I'm mentioning are not guaranteed to need a new cleaner or even respond back to your cold email that you send them, but they are logical targets because they have physical locations, patients coming in and out all the time, recurring cleaning needs, and a reason to care about cleanliness. Probably compliance reasons as well. The opportunity is not medical in general. The opportunity is the right type of medical facility in the right market in your service area. So my goal is to explain cold email simply without making it sound too technical for you. So the point I want to drive across, and this is true for really anything lead generation in the commercial cleaning space, but cold email lead generation in the commercial cleaning space is not about forcing demand. It's about capturing demand where it is. It's about finding who's in the right market right now or close to being in the market. Maybe they're talking about it internally. Maybe they're already looking for vendors and taking on quotes, or they have an RFP coming up. Most facilities that you reach out to will not be looking for a new cleaning company today, and that is totally normal. It's knowing that they probably will be in the future. So some will ignore you. A lot of people will ignore you. Some will say they already have someone. Someone will be very vague and say, we're good. Not right now. Some will say they're not the right person. And then at the same time, some emails will bounce that you reach out to. Maybe they don't exist there at that company anymore. It's almost impossible to avoid that. The goal is to find the small percentage of people and contacts that you're emailing with the right timing and emailing them with a short, concise, straight to the point message. So they can simply say, yes, I'm interested in getting a quote. Let's arrange something. Examples of timing. They are unhappy with their current cleaner. Their recent cleaning company or maybe their internal staff has had issues and they can't keep it clean. They have a new location popping up or new locations, even better. They're expanding. They have a new office manager. They have a vendor review coming up, or they're just trying to compare quotes, get better pricing. You can't blame them. So I want to explain why volume matters, but only with accurate location data. So it has to be local to your service area. So the first thing is that you need enough outreach to make this work, to make cold email work in your service area as a commercial cleaning company or a facility service company, because only a small percentage will be in the market. I would say usually about 1 to 2% will be in market. Maybe 3% will actually be in market, but only the 1 to 2% will actually respond back to you. But the problem is that, or the math problem is that volume only works if the list is relevant and the message is good. But really the list here is what I'm trying to drive into. So don't email random businesses, wrong cities, of course, wrong states. You don't want to be emailing as a cleaning company in Seattle, Washington. Meanwhile, you're emailing companies over in New York and Connecticut and Texas. You want to make sure these people and the contacts you're emailing are local to your service area, not outside of your service area. If the lead is outside of your service area, it does not matter how interested they are. They're not going to be a good lead for you anyways. They might even respond and say they're interested or question because it says in your email signature that you're in the greater Seattle area, but you're emailing them and they're in Texas. Like they're going to be asking questions like, why are you emailing me? You don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste your team's time having to reject and turn down people that are actually interested. Make sure the people that you're contacting are actually in your service area and the right medical facilities that you want to reach out to. The best contact is usually not the doctor. Yes, the doctor, or at least the head of chiropractic services or the head of dental operations. Yes, they could be the person that owns the company, owns the location, and they're the right person to speak with. The better contact is usually the office manager, the practice manager, the administrator, operations manager, facility manager. I can go on and on, but people that are related to facility, operations, administrative stuff, or just the office manager, those are the right people to contact, because they'll usually be the right person or they'll influence your way of getting to the right person. So in smaller clinics, the general inbox can still work if the message is relevant and gets routed to the right person. In larger clinics though, the manager or administrator is usually the more relevant person than the actual doctor, because the doctor is seeing patients all day. They're super busy. Yes, again, they could at the end of the day go and check their email, but you want to be emailing as many people that are relevant to who you want to contact as possible. Not only the doctors. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Don't only contact the doctors and the owners. You want to be trying to find people adjacent at their facility in your service area to contact and see if they're open to a cleaning quote. Next, I want you to understand why a reply through cold email is typically a better signal than a casual phone interest. Cold email gives the prospect a chance to raise their hand in writing, think about it, talk about it internally, and then respond back. They have no obligation. They don't really have a reason to respond unless they're actually looking into it and are interested in getting a quote or asking a specific question. This does not mean that every reply that you get becomes a closed deal or a walkthrough set. I would say you should expect, if you're running cold email, maybe 60 to 80% of the leads that you generate get booked into a conversation or get generated into a conversation. But there are going to be people that just ask for a cleaning quote and then never get back to. That happens. But that's also true for any other marketing channel in the commercial cleaning and facility service niche. But the clear signal is that they said yes, they took the time to respond back to you, and they're not feeling forced to get you off the phone. They're not getting a cold caller calling them, and they don't want to be on that call at all. They have better things to do, and they're just trying to be nice and say, yeah, you can swing by. Cold email typically doesn't generate that kind of interest. It's typically someone that has genuine interest in getting a quote or hearing back from you. The thing though is that when you do get someone saying yes, especially at a medical facility because they're so busy, get them on the phone, call their main line. Usually the administrator, the office manager is the right person, or at least speak to whoever was the one responding back to your email saying, yes, we would like to have a quote, or are you licensed and bonded? Do you have the specific compliance and certifications? You want to make sure you're speaking to the right person, but call the phone when they say yes, or at least they ask a specific question. You don't want to go back and forth over email after you generate interest. But again, driving the point that written interest, this is my opinion, take it with a grain of salt, but I do really think that it's better than getting a cold call lead, getting a cold call walkthrough. You likely won't be spending your time driving out 30, 45 minutes to a waste of time that was not even expecting you in the first place because they forgot they got the cold caller off the phone by saying yes. It's important to email people that you are equipped to fulfill for. So don't sell medical cleaning work that your team is not ready to handle. A dental office is not the same as a surgical center. If you can't do a surgical center, make sure to exclude them. So you can exclude the industries, exclude the keywords when you're pulling the contacts. Also, when you've pulled the contacts, you can go through and clean it up, which we do, recommend it. And then finally, if they slip through, say a surgical center comes through, you can't do a surgical center, you can always politely decline it and say, hey, I'm sorry I reached out, we can't do it. I hope you find a good cleaning vendor, or if you actually have a friend, yes, they're a competitor, but if you have a friend that you can send it over to, go and do so. That's okay. At the same time, if the lead needs something for an office outside of your service area, send that to another friend. But if you can't help them, just say, hey, I'm sorry, I hope you find a good cleaner for what you need. Lead generation for your commercial cleaning company will only help your market and yourself if you can actually fulfill the work that you're reaching out about. So make sure that your list is clean. And if it slips through, it's okay. Just make sure not that many slip through. So now, how do you email these people? What do you say in the messaging? First thing, subject line. You can simply say cleaning. Cleaning question, cleaning for your facility. You don't have to be super specific around how this is a medical facility or a dental clinic. If you're sending a manual email, take the extra second to say dental clinic. But if you're doing with automation using a tool like Instantly, Smart Lead, Email Bison, or whatever else that does automatic emails, which is what we do, you do not need to have super specific personalization. I would say conciseness beats specificity for the subject line. Next thing, when you're addressing the person or the local email that you're contacting, so their general inbox, say, hi, Alex. Say their name. or Dr. Smith. Usually on their LinkedIn profile where you're getting this data from the databases that you use, it's going to have doctor, because that's what they put on their LinkedIn profile. Say doctor, last name, or Dr. John. You can do that, and that's totally fine. If it's a facility manager, administrative person, say their name. At the same time, if it's a location-specific general email inbox, say ABC Clinic Seattle team. So it will usually say their city, or at least you can add it to it. Address it by company name plus team. Whether it's automatic, like you're using automation to send these emails, or you're doing it manually, address them by their company name plus team. Maybe it's an info at inbox, or it's maybe a clinic 1234 inbox, or a Seattle clinic at abc.com inbox. So make sure that you're addressing them. Have that bare minimum personalization. Next line. You do not need to be super specific around the facilities that you help. If you're doing it manual, take the extra second and say, we help dental clinics. But the one thing that typically works is calling out that you do commercial cleaning in X area. So you can say the greater Seattle area, or you can say whatever city they're actually in, just using variables. And if you're doing it manually, take the second to write in that city. Next thing, if you do want, this is optional, if you do want to have some relevance, you could say we are already helping ABC Dental and XYZ Orthodontic. That's totally fine. Even if you're doing it in bulk, medical facilities are similar in a way where you can mention plastic surgery clinic, and if it's emailing an orthodontic clinic, that's totally fine. I don't think there's much of an issue there. It does add a little bit more relevance, and it shows that you're a real company helping real company. But if you're not including that line of relevance of like who you're already helping, I would say that's fine. Maybe it will decrease your reply rate by a total of 5%. So you're getting a 5% reply rate, maybe you get a 4.9% reply rate, but I really don't think that the relevance is going to make a huge difference. But again, if you're doing it manual, take the extra second and tell them who you're already helping that's relevant to them. Last line, call to action. Be very simple. You can say a statement or you can say a question. I'm not sure if this is a statement, but like you can say, let me know if you're open to arranging a cleaning quote or discussing your cleaning needs. So they understand that you're a commercial cleaning company. Let me know if you're interested in talking about a quote and getting what our pricing is. So that's what I mean by, I'm not sure if it's actually a statement, but that's the line I would say. Otherwise, you can always have a question. So the call to action question, which is very normal. Would you be open, or would your team be open to arranging a complimentary cleaning service quote or a cleaning quote? So be very specific that you're asking if they want a quote or an estimate. Last thing would be ending with your name and then your email signature. You can put your company name in there, or just say commercial cleaning in XYZ area. And then I would avoid putting your phone number in there if you're sending this automatically. Phone numbers are known to flag spam filters. So if you're using Smart Lead Instantly, Email Bison, avoid putting your contact phone in there in your email signature. But if you're doing it manual, totally put your phone number in there, so if they want to call you up, they can do so. But that is the email to send. Short, specific, not super personalized. That's how you reach out to medical facilities and get responses. That's what we do. I would say that medical cleaning is not only hospitals, not large facilities that you would think of, that are probably very hard to get into and have a lot of cybersecurity in place that will block your emails. Specialty medical facilities are usually the ones that are better to contact, especially when first starting out with cold email. Cold email is a demand capture. It's not creating demand, so it's not forcing demand in your market. It's catching the people at the right time if they're interested, and again, with the right message. So don't go on and on about who you are, who you've helped. Do them a service by being concise, letting them go on with their day, and just simply saying, yes, we're open to a quote, or ask their question that they have. And then lastly, most facilities might not be in the market today. So if you're able to understand that 98% of the people or the contacts that you email, both location specific general emails, and then also decision makers that you can find, they're probably not going to be interested. They might not even respond to cold emails at all. Or maybe they think that you're a scammer, because cold email sometimes gets wrapped up with this person's trying to hack my computer. So know that, but know that that 98% will dwindle by about 1 to 2% of the people that do raise their hand and say yes, or maybe will never respond back at all. But that 98% or so, approximately, can be emailed again every 45 days, 60 days, whatever you choose. I would say a smaller market, more rural area, reach out, recontact, and nurture the people that you emailed that don't say anything, so don't respond, their emails didn't bounce. And also they might have said, not right now, we're good, thanks for checking in, but our contract ends in 9 months. Maybe reach out then, give you a very vague answer. Those type of people you want to recontact. Don't recontact people that explicitly tell you to take them, like their their email off the list or their company off the list. Don't recontact people that said they're the wrong person. Don't re-email emails that bounced. It's very easy and smartly and instantly in Email Bison to identify those type of contacts, to take them out and only contact and recontact the people that are okay to contact. So the approximate 95 to 97% of the contact list that you originally had gets taken away and put back into a campaign to email them 45 days later. And that continues month over month. 45 days for the smaller markets, 60 days for the larger markets with a lot more contacts within it. Or if you operate within multiple states, 60 days. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it taught you something when you're trying to reach out to medical facilities. There's a lot of revenue there. It's knowing how to do it and not how to do yourself a disservice by making it hard to contact these people. Reach out to facilities that make sense to reach out to first, which would be specialty medical facilities. And then at the same time, short, concise, straight to the point in your email campaigns. So if you want to understand how we're sending to these companies, meaning the infrastructure that we're using, there's a cold email infrastructure setup guide below in the description. If you want Outbound Hero to build and manage the cold email system for your market and your company, you can book a call in the link right below that. It's a calendar link. You can talk to our team and we'll talk about how we can get you more recurring cleaning opportunities by using cold email to generate these leads for you in your market. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section below. I will see you in the next video. Thanks.